Hello, hello. What's up? What's up? Let me know if you can hear me. What's up, idea? Can you hear me? Is my audio good? Hello, 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 hello. Check one, two, check, check, check. Tell me if you can hear me. Tell me if the audio is good. Anybody in chat? What's up, Fahadinho? It's okay. Yes. All right. So sensational, incredible, amazing, mind blowing, out of this world. The best I've ever seen. World class. Phenomenal. I don't know. I need more. I need to get a thesaurus and find some more of these words to describe Milan because apparently that's what we are right now according to a Canadian. According to some Canadian guy, everything is stupendous. Stupendous. You know, I need more. Give me more. But no, guys, I wanted to talk about certain things that I've been reading, which are a little bit alarming, and I've been listening. I've been catching up again on Milan. I've been listening to some of the people that I think are the most trustworthy, who have been the most trustworthy, the who have been right about many things. Magnificent. Yeah, yeah. I need like 30 of them. I need 30 of them. Yo, we got We got Red Devil Studio. What's up, my man? Boss. A boss. What's up, G? G is the boss, guys. Go to Rebel go to Red Devil Studio, give him a subscribe, give him a like. He is in a similar situation to us, guys. He knows what it feels like to have a terrible ownership that is destroying the history and legacy of the club. Uh, yeah, it is very sad. It's not too different from what's happening at Manchester United, you know? It's similar. You have owners that have no, they don't care, they don't understand, they don't get it. They don't get it. They just don't get it. That's the problem. They don't care, they don't get it. Anyway, so let's get back to business. Thank you for your membership, by the way, Red. I really appreciate it. Both our clubs are finished. Yeah, yeah. Hey, as long as these ownerships are around, yeah, yeah, 100%. We could literally have the best roster in the world. We could literally have a Real Madrid's roster, and we'd still be ninth in the Serie A, and we'd still be kicked out of the Champions League by freaking Feyenoord. I want to remind everybody that this season, AC Milan spent a bunch of money, bought all these players that some of the expert YouTubers were saying were sensational, incredible, amazing, and all that stuff. We got kicked out of the Champions League by Feyenoord after we bought their best player. Huh? Was that game breathtaking, according to the Canadians? Was that marvelous? Was it outstanding to have bought Jimenez from Feyenoord and then Feyenoord astonishingly kicks us out of the Champions League? Ah, incredible. Anyway, sublime. Yes, more Milan guys. Sublime, sublime ninth place. My what an astonishing sublime ninth place. At least Musa has a Premier League engine. The hell does that even mean? Guys, remember, these were the same people that said that Tonali wasn't good enough for Milan. Remember, what's his name? Furlani, Furlani, Moncada, all of these geniuses, they didn't want to get Tonali. Remember Tonali? Remember that guy? They didn't want him. After we had him for the year, they didn't want to. Maldini had to fight tooth, teeth, and nail to keep Tonali. Then Tonali had a great season. Milan wins the Scudetto, and then he has another good season, even though in Serie A we don't do too well, but in the Champions League we do really well. But that same player that those geniuses Moncada and Fulani didn't want, that same player gives them what they love the most: capital gains. My lord, we are being run by phenomenal R words. We're being run by phenomenal R words. Boy, don't mess with the 31st state. That's right. Canada. Let's go. Sensational Canada. But yeah, I want to talk about one quick thing here. So there's essentially three investigations going on around AC Milan. One of those investigations is the ownership. They need to they're investigating who the real owner of this club is. Then there's another investigation, and then there's a third one. The third one has got to do with the stadium. So now all of these investigations are a problem. Because of these stupid investigations, it's very difficult for the clowns to sell the club. And this is a real pain in the butt. These investigations are hurting us. And it is the reason why all of a sudden we stopped hearing about PIF, about Saudis. About remember how we always used to hear about Saudis and PIF and blah blah blah. and all of a sudden it stopped and just became rumors here and there. It's because Milan right now there's three investigations going on right now, and these three investigations are really, really not helping the cause. They're not helping the cause. So that's one of the things that I wanted to say, which is kind of a bummer. Next thing I wanted to say is that it looks like they're outlining the structure of the club for next season. And guys, it does not look good at all because the way they're outlining the structure of the club, they're putting Furlani in charge of the whole damn thing. Guys, Furlani is the worst person to have ever worked in the world of football. This guy now is going to get what he wants, his toy. Furlani has been wanting this toy, AC Milan, to be his for all this time. He's been plotting, he's been scheming, he's been doing everything so he can control this toy and play with this toy the way he wants. I don't know whether or not Furlani, I don't know whether we should compliment Furlani because he's achieving what he wanted to achieve uh, in a very weasel kind of way, or we should lament him. Honestly, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if he deserves respect because he got what he wanted, or he deserves hate because him getting what he wants is terrible for us. But anyway, what we are seeing is that Fulani is essentially going to be in charge of everything next year. They're kicking Ibra out. Apparently, just like with Maldini, Ibra is having problems with Fulani, and it's always Furlani. Furlani is always at the center of everything. Nobody can work with Furlani because Furlani does not know how to handle tough situations. The guy is a Harvard grad. He's never, he probably is never, I don't know, he's never walked barefoot his whole life. Okay. This guy is, so any conversation that is a little bit difficult, he probably folds and he probably goes into his weaselly scheming things and tries to get rid of the people around him. So Ibra, we knew that Ibra was going to be a tough character, and it looks like the Furlani magic has happened again. It looks like Ibra is going to be out, and Furlani is going to take complete control of the club starting next season. And apparently, what we are seeing and what we are hearing and what they are reporting in Italy is that Furlani is scouting now for DSs, and Furlani is telling these DSs, yo, you're going to be the DS, but chill out. At the end of the day, I decide. Everything goes through me. So this is where the conversation comes. Yeah, is Elliot still around? I don't know if it's Elliot. In my opinion, it's really not Elliot. It's Jerry, and it's still Jerry's model. And Furlani's job is to make sure that Jerry's financial model is implemented, and that's Furlani's job. Furlani's job is not to make Milan great again. Furlani's job is not to make Milan a Champions League winning team. Furlani's job is not to make Milan a Serie A winning team. Furlani's job is to make sure that Milan is run the way that Jerry wants it to be run, uh, with his financial model, the Moneyball model, the sustainability model, the pay players certain wages model, etc., etc. So basically, they don't want a DS that comes in and says, hey, let's do this because if we do this and that, we're going to win. Fulani's not interested in that word, win. Fulani's interested in how much are we going to make in profits at the end of the season. That is still going to be the priority. And that's essentially the Jerry's method. That's what Jerry talks about during his seminars. That's every time you hear Jerry talk about football in the seminars, he's talking about his financial model on how to run a football club in Europe. So Furlani's job is to implement that. And next year, we're going to see a full implementation of Jerry's model. This is what they seem to be planning. Now, as far as the DS, I've seen Tony D'Amico, the Atalanta guy. There's some other foreign guys. And then there's Paratici. Right now, it looks like Paratici is the man in charge, is the guy top of the list. Now, Paratici, guys, Paratici was disqualified from football for doing some illegal stuff. I can't remember exactly what it was, but he is still disqualified to work in football until July, which is strange. Why would you choose him? Is it because he's in a vulnerable position and you can push him around? I wonder. I wonder why Paratici. Why not go with a DS that does not have these issues, right? Why would you go with a DS that can't work in football till July? It's weird. I mean, obviously, after July, the the season starts in August. But it is just strange. I think the reason why they're going for Paratic is because they can. Paratic is probably desperate to get back in work. He's probably not getting many job offers. He's just desperate to get back in work because right now Paratici, there's a there's a dark cloud following Paratici and nobody wants to hire him. So maybe this is an easy hire for Furlani, and this is a person that Furlani can push around. Maybe. I'm guessing based on how Fulani and these guys operate. Now listen, because of what we're seeing, nothing is going to change, guys. Nothing is going to change. The truth is this, that next season, either the decisions they make for some impossible reason turn out to be extraordinarily lucky and they hit a jackpot and everything works and they achieve and they do well. Or what is most likely going to happen, another season just like this one, where you have a team with no real leaders, with no real uh, people that can motivate the players, that can galvanize the players to do what is to shoot for the stars. There's no one to keep the players in check. The structure will always be about the financial gains, not the sporting aspect. The club is not going to be run like an elite club. It's going to be run just like an American corporate business and nothing else. Therefore, the results are going to be the same. The results are going to be the same. This stuff does not inspire footballers to be excellent. It does not inspire footballers to sacrifice for each other at the level that you need in order to win big competitions. This way of running a club does not work. It's a good way to run a club that has no ambitions. But if you're AC Milan, this will never work. So most likely, we're going to see another crazy season like this one, which is going to be a disaster after disaster, or we're going to be super lucky and and we're going to hit a jackpot and everything is going to work. But for sure, one thing is for sure, they're not going to make the right decisions based on competence. If they make the right decisions, it'll be pure luck, nothing else. Okay? It'll be pure luck, nothing else. So that's the yes. And then the other things that I'm looking at is they're looking at the coaches. They're talking about Fabregas. They're talking about Allegri. They're talking about Conte. But you know who they're not talking about? Conceição. How the hell you have 8 games left and you want to salvage this season and you're shopping around for coaches? You already told this guy that he's out, essentially. What is he fighting for? What is Conceição fighting for if he knows he's already going to be fired? These guys are shopping for coaches publicly. They're already talking to they're reporting that they already spoke to Fabregas. They already spoke to Allegri. What about Conceição? Conceição has a team. He has a season to end, and you have completely abandoned him. Now, Conceição turned out to be complete crap. Let's not get that twisted. But you have abandoned him. You're pretty much telling him, "Yeah, we don't want you anymore. We're looking for a new coach." How the hell is that coach going to inspire the players now to win the remaining 8 games left? These guys are so bad at what they do. It hurts. It hurts my brain. Honestly, it hurts my brain to see how bad these guys are. All of this stuff should be done in secret. Right now, what we should be hearing, if this was a serious club, no, we're sticking with Conceição. We believe in Conceição. Conceição is going to be this, right? This is what a real club should do. Instead, these guys are going to the media and they're telling we're looking for a new coach. That alone pretty much should tell you that we're not going to finish fourth. That alone pretty much tells you that they already abandoned him and they left him alone. They don't care. That's why Ibra is not showing up anymore. They have abandoned the project. This is something that happens very often with amateurs, and I saw in my time playing football, coaching football. This is from personal experience. When amateurs get really amateurs and beginners, etc., get really excited at first when they start playing football, but then when things start to get difficult, when they realize that okay, things are more complicated, they lose interest and they just dwindle away. And this is exactly what happened with us right now. These guys have completely failed. They've lost motivation. They lost inspiration. So now they're just everybody is just Ibra is already on holiday. Furlani is already traveling the world to look for sponsors for next season and to look for a new coach, a new DS. They're not even pushing this till the end. So I wish there was one damn positive thing I could say about this team, but I really can't. I really can't. So um, yeah, so let's see what happens, guys. The thing that I hope is that we do sell the club. I'm reading and I'm seeing a lot of reports that the club might be for sale, but we'll see. We'll see. Let me see what you guys got to say. Looking forward to Fulani's TED talk of filling upwards. Fulani not only lacks football knowledge, but he's not even qualified as CEO. Terrible CEO. He is absolutely terrible CEO. So now he's in charge of selecting the DS and restructuring the entire management. Yeah, it's it might even be worse. It might even be worse. Guys, remember, Furlani is the main reason why Maldini is not at the club anymore. Furlani. Furlani, Furlani from day one, based on the actions that, based on the reports that we've read, based on the actions that have been taken, it seems like Furlani's goal since day one was to take over Milan. This guy has been, I don't know, he's just like he's obsessed. He wants to take over Milan at every cost, and he did it. I mean, honestly, I don't know whether to applaud the guy or to cry. I don't know whether to celebrate him for his achievement or to cry. This person signed delete for 85 million and paid top dollar for Emerson. I'd have to see. Yeah, that's true. Fulani plus Moneyball equals Banter. Simple math. Yeah, true. As long as Fulani's here and they're doing Moneyball, we will achieve this. Yep, 100%. Not look for to next season, but look at what's happening now. Yeah, guys, I shiver, I tremble when I'm reading that Fulani is going to be given full reign of the club. It's terrible. Like this is the most uninspiring, unmotivating person that could ever run a club like AC Milan. He should be running like a Sunday league club or I don't know, a Lecce maybe. Maybe a Venezia, but even there, I think he would fail even there. Like, guys, listen. let's say you're Lecce and your goal is to finish 15th at the end of the season. You're Lecce and your goal is to finish 15th. If Furlan's in charge, you're not going to finish 15th. You're going to get relegated. If your goal is to finish 16th, you're going to get relegated if Furlan is in charge. If your goal is to finish 10th, like Torino, just to finish right there around those, you're going to almost get relegated. If your goal is to finish in the top four, you're going to end up just below Europe. That's the Furlani effect. That's the Jerry effect. Like I think wherever he goes, the level goes down. Whatever the maximum ambition is, wherever he goes, the level will go down. Will go down. And it's not because he's a bad guy. Maybe he is a bad guy, honestly. I don't know. Maybe he's not. But it's just because he's not. He's not. This is not his job. You know, he's not capable of doing this. He was put in this situation. I don't even know how he got himself in this situation. Honestly, again, I don't know whether to be inspired by this man, by what he has achieved. It's like in me. It's like in me finagling my way into running NASA. It's like that's what it is. Imagine if I finagled my way and I weaseled my way into running NASA. I have no idea about about any of that stuff, astronauts and whatever, and any of that stuff. But it's the same thing. It's like if I weaseled and finagled my way into running NASA, that's exactly what Fulani did with AC Milan. I have no business being even close to a spaceship the same way Fulani has no business of being close to a soccer ball or football. Please don't give Fabregas a preseason then halfway through to fix it like what they did this season. Yeah, whatever they do, they should give the coach from the beginning of the preseason. They should give them the beginning of the preseason. And then what happens after that is to be seen. It's a track record. Did it with Maldini and Masada contract with Nuoven Pioli and now the current coach. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Joel, what's up, my man? Maldini come back. There are rumors. There are rumors of a Maldini trying to um, see whether or not he can get Middle Eastern money. I think he was in Dubai recently, and there were also rumors of him traveling to Saudi Arabia. I think Maldini is trying, but right now, the biggest issue with the club right now is that there's three investigations going on at the same time, which makes it very difficult for the club to be sold. Joao Felix, 10 million plus his wages for a dry loan. Is that much happening? Wait. Did we pay 10 million for him? Plus his wages? Did we really do this operation like that? Oh my god. That's awful. These guys, yep, 100%. You say that loud and proud. Yeah, that's a good analogy. Fulani's given a Ferrari driving, doesn't even have a license. The result will be mind blowing. Will be sensational. Will be incredible. Will be outstanding, astonishing, phenomenal. And the next guys, the next kid. What is going on with the next kid? I'm in a place right now where I can't use the word I want to use, but can someone put it on the chat? Right? Right now, I have to watch my language, but can someone please put on the chat what the next kit is because it literally looks like one. What's going on with it? If the kit is nice, but it has one thing of the kit that makes it look like a special something, a real special something. I can't say that word because I'm in this. I can't say that word right now. Wulani said he's the boss and every decision goes through him. And where is Ibra? Yeah, Ibra is bye bye. Actually, I saw an article today that Ibra is Ibra is being linked to Arsenal, DS to Arsenal, or someone suggested Ibra as a DS for Arsenal. It looks like Ibra apparently what I heard from I believe it was Martinelli and Longoni from those two that Furlani had some negative things to say about Ibra's GQ photo shoot or whatever it was, and ever since then there has been some kind of friction. Guys, it's got nothing to do with football. Who cares? These people are clowns. Good question. I don't know. Nah, way more than that. At least seven. The amount of Milan fans that fell for the Redbird Fulani is concerning some people. Yeah, it's true. It's true. It's really incredible. The management knows they're not finished top four. They just want to shoot and rotate players. It was obvious. Yeah. Listen, guys. I hope that we don't finish in the Champions League, not because I want to see Milan fail, but because I want to see Redbird fail. And if Redbird doesn't make the Champions League, they're going to lose a lot of money. So that will push them to sell, right? The more they fail, the more that will push them to sell. I just want Redbird out of the way. I can't. Milan cannot be run by these people. These people are not Milan material, guys. I I can't listen. I would not run if I have it. I would not run Milan. I would not run Milan. I would not tell myself, "Hey, run Milan," even though I know I'm a million times superior to Forlani and these guys. I'm not good enough. I don't know any. The only people that are good enough to run Milan are people that are so accomplished in the game, in life, in sport. You have to be so top level to run Milan. It's not even funny. Okay. To be fair, if it can work if the passion was there, Saki Sadi managed to achieve success. It can work if the passion was there, Saki Sadi managed to achieve. Um, I'm not sure what you're referring to. It can work if the passion was there. I'm not sure what you mean, but if I think I know what you mean, I want to say that Sacchi had, guys, Berlusconi. Berlusconi was if you have Berlusconi behind, Berlusconi was really the man behind AC Milan. Like he was this bigger than life person. I don't know what you mean by starving. Forlani looks like a weasel and has negative aura, literally fucking yeah, 100%. You get 100%. It's fine. He's, yeah, exactly, exactly. It's you have faith, but Paratici won't be. I don't understand why you say you would have faith because it's not like what would Paratici is just there to be a guy with a DS license like a Dottavio. Dottavio was the only purpose that Dottavio was put in there was because they needed a guy with a DS license in order to register legally for the club. So they want to give Paratici. But it's going to be the Jerry Moneyball model. Paratici is going to do nothing. Nobody. The Maldini, Massad, and Pioli family was first the upper manager, ignoring by the people directly beneath him. Yeah, yeah, that's true. Maldini did warn Pioli about that. They took away the passion with yes, 100%. Oh, yeah, yeah, sure. Okay, I see what you mean. Yeah, no, Saki was a shoe salesman, but he was already coaching. He was already coaching. But again, it's really the management and the ownership that and the aura of the club and the drive. of the club, of the ownership and the management that really dictates everything. Because you put Saki in this Milan, he's probably achieving nothing. He probably achieves nothing. If you put Saki in Berlusconi's Milan, especially in the beginning when Berlusconi was very super ambitious, yeah, it works because you have a a backing that is very strong. You need to be backed. You need to be backed. You need to have your back covered. Emerson has more honorable than I will have faith in Capital. I hope he comes back, guys. I really do. I really do. I really hope that he comes back. For me, honestly, he's the only one that can do his job right now. By the way, guys, if you guys have a chance to read the Leonardo's article, he had an interview, and he said it. He said it. He said exactly what we have all been saying. This is the difference. About the people that work in football, they're much more careful how they speak about their colleagues, how they speak about the, pe- their partners in the business. Us fans, we can be direct from the beginning. Leonardo now has fully come out and said exactly what we are saying. You know, like he said exactly what we are saying. But he probably knew, like most of them, they probably knew straight away what was going to happen. So, so yeah, this is what's going on right now. Um, we have we have the Paratici situation, and we have the coach situation. She's 85 million on the year. That's crazy. Whatever Paratici says in terms of sporting success was thanks to Marotta being the architect behind his decisions. Ever since Marotta left to Inter, you thought, yeah, you're completely right. Marotta is really the difference maker. He is the one, yeah. It's kind of like Marotta. It's kind of like Maldini Massaro, right? Massara, sorry. Like Massara is really, he's more like, he's not even Robin. He's just like some guy that is really lucky to be working with Maldini. Marotta Paratici is probably the same because if you look at what happened afterwards, Marotta kept having success while Paratici got freaking disqualified from football. But yeah, I think that's a good relative comparison. Imagine him with Moneyball budget. Yeah, I think Paratici, but he won't be given full control. Like Abdi, if you are going into this thinking that Paratici is going to be given full control, you're lying to yourself and you're just setting yourself up for emotional failure. There's nobody. Jerry will not give anybody full control. In my opinion, guys, it's the Furlani is in full control, and his mandate is to implement Jerry's financial strategies. That's the game. That's the game. Now, where does Elliot come in? Elliot comes in by being the entity that says, Jerry, you can't fire Furlani. The guy that needs to do the job is Furlani. But Jerry, you do the job however you want, but Furlani has to be there. That's where Elliot comes in. I don't think Elliot is deciding how Milan operates, but Elliot is deciding who gets to work in Milan because Elliot still owns the club essentially. But it's Jerry's financial scheme. It's his money ball approach. It's his stupid thing that he's spoken about that we're witnessing. Fonseca, Morata, Emerson, Musa, Felix, Jimenez, Taracha. Wow, that's terrible. Look at all those names. Oh my lord. Yeah, 100%, my man. I think so too. I think so too. I think so too. And he knows it. And he knows it, guys. He knows it. He is working behind the scenes. He's trying to make things happen. He's trying to make. I know it. I know. I feel it. Because, like, guys, I mean, if you were him, if you were Maldini, what would you do? Would you just stay at home, sit down, and not do anything? Nah. Maldini knows exactly. He knows better than us what's going on. He knows better than us how incompetent these people are because he saw it firsthand. I really think that he's trying to make something happen, but we'll see. We can only wait and see. Watching Milan fans who justify the Maldini fire now. No, I love this. Not gonna come to you. Oh shit! Hold on. Let me read this. Watching Milan fans justify the Maldini fire now, raising convicted Cuban criminals who never won in Europe, and it actually excited for rumors about ladies in West Ham. And yeah, that's pretty bad. Our fan base is disgusting. Uh, we deserve this. Well done to all the yeah, there's certain things I can't read because of where I am, but it's good stuff. 100%. I agree 100%. Whomever controls the money has the power. So Elliot controls the finances, therefore controls the club. Yeah, no, Elliot obviously still owns the club, no doubt, no doubt about that. By the way, speaking of monies and this stuff, so apparently the new San Siro, according to the recent reports, will be the first game will be in 2031. That's a long time from now, and it's going to be a super expensive endeavor, close to 1.2 billion for the new stadium and all the infrastructure around the stadium. How the hell is Cardinale going to do that? He can't even pay the loan right now. Remember, guys, Cardinale was supposed to already pay the loan. His time has run out. The loan was supposed to be paid by August. His initial backup partner, which was the pharmaceutical company Bayer, they said, "Ciao, Cardinale. We have no interest in working with you anymore." They were supposed to commit 250 million, and they said no. Remember, guys, right now, Elliot definitely has even more control than they had before because right now, Cardinale is completely at the whims of Elliot because the debt should have already been paid. The debt should have already been paid. So how are they going to pay for the stadium if they can't pay for the debt? Surely they're going to sell the club. Surely this club is going to be sold. Like, and the more you think about it, the more you connect the dots, the more you see where A to B leads to. You have to think that the club is going to be sold. You have you have the stadium shouting, "Sell the club, sell the club." You can't pay the debt. You have this huge amounts that you need to pay to build the stadium. I don't see how he's going to do it. I think they're going to sell. I think they're going to sell. The Italians need to get these three investigations out of the way so that the club can be sold. Where is Jerry? Yeah, Jerry disappeared. Jerry disappeared. It's bad PR for him, obviously, to be around Milan. Everybody hates him at Milan. I mean, the only people that like Jerry are people in some English YouTube speaking channels. You guys mentioned their names in chat. I won't mention their names, but you know who they are. There's a bunch of YouTubers that have zero knowledge of anything, and they're just professional glazers, and their subscribers seem to be the last of the Mohicans. But I'm looking at like all the more popular Italian YouTubers, like the ones that have more than 100K subscribers, 200K. But they all hate it. They all hate the manager. They all can't stand it. They all can't wait till the club is sold. The only ones left that are saying that Milan is sensational and incredible is the 51st state of America and some other people that also reside in America. Who's our next coach? I have no idea, my man. I really don't know. I really do not know. And at this point, I don't have a selection anymore because I just don't see anybody being able to work with these people this way. I honestly, I don't know. I mean, I would like to see a Conte, but it's going to be the Furlani show next year. Which coach wants to be part of the Furlani show? I don't know. De Zerbi or Allegri? I don't know, guys. Allegri, honestly, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Don't ask me. uh, it looks like they are, though. It does look like they are. It does look like they're going to redeem Grandpa, Gramps. Yeah. By the way, guys, we have a big game coming up against Napoli. Napoli right now is not in the best of form, but neither is Milan. It's going to be a home game for Napoli. It's going to be a huge game for Napoli because Napoli is obviously fighting for much more important things than we are right now. So I would expect Napoli to be more motivated than us, but that can backfire. But then again, they do have Conte. Conte is very good when it comes to psychology and keeping his players on their toes. This Napoli game here is strange to me because it's a game that we could possibly win because I do have a feeling that Napoli can mess it up. But if I were to put money on it, guys, I would steer towards Napoli. And I think if Napoli beats Milan, then at that point, top four has to be gone. Top four has to be gone. Are we losing to Mori Kalulu? Yeah, Kalulu for sure. Theo for sure. Leao possibly. Tomori, if there's a buyer, he will go. They want to sell Tomori. Yeah. Chow, reports are coming out today that Chow is being linked to go back to Germany. Mike Magnan, there's not many reports about Mike Magnan. Actually, it seems like Mike Magnan might stay. But Theo Hernandez, they don't want to renew his contract. They don't want to abide to his demands. I said it in my previous live. Theo has outgrown AC Milan. Yeah, that's crazy to say. It is crazy to say. It is an absolute travesty. I've never ever said this my whole life. Watching Milan for multiple decades, I've never said that a player has outgrown the club. But we literally have right now a player, Theo Hernandez, who has outgrown the club. Theo Hernandez has no business being at a club like Milan. He needs to be at a top level club fighting for real trophies. I don't want to. win against Napoli, but I don't want to lose. Well, then you get a tie. You get a tie. Yeah, a tie is possible. I do think that Conte might pull off a miracle here. So think about this, right? Let's look at patterns. Conceição messes up every single first half. Conceição, so far, I think out of I don't know how many games. Let's say he's played 20 games so far. 18 games, he's messed up. He's lost the first half. And then the second half, either he loses the second half, or he ties the second half, or with desperation tactics, he wins the game. Against Napoli, that's not going to work. If you lose the first half against Napoli, you're going to lose the second half too. We're not going to be because because you can't rely on quality now. Because Napoli has more or less the same level of quality. So if you lose the first half, you're losing the game. And Conceição has lost every single first half that I can think of since the day he joined. I can't think of one single game where Milan didn't go down in the first half. I'm sure there is one or two, but I can't think of them. I can't remember. Or do you believe this already come back talk for 60 million? Yeah, I've read it. Some articles say that he might be coming back to Milan. I don't think they'll pay 60 million for Tonali. One, he's the wrong race. He's the wrong not race, sorry. He's the wrong nationality. Uh, Italians are not welcome in AC Milan anymore. Italians are they're not welcome anymore. 60 million for an Italian, bah, that's never gonna happen. Not for AC Milan. But I am reading that he wants to come back, and they're trying to get him back. It could be most likely Juventus, I would say, probably Juventus. I don't want Inter to win the league, but I don't want Conference League or Europa. Well, I hope we don't get any of them. I hope we finish 10th or honestly, I hope we finish 12th. My dream is that we finish 12th. Damn, I freaking jinxed it. No, we won't. Okay, let me say this. I hope we finish. Okay, let me jinx it. I hope we finish fourth. So now we're not going to finish fourth. If we finish 12th out of the Europe completely, oh my God, I'll be celebrating, guys. I will celebrate. The more Milan fails, the more not Milan, the more Redbird fails, the more I will celebrate. I will celebrate so hard, guys. These guys have ripped our hearts out of our chest, and for that, the more they fail, the more I will celebrate. They have PhD. Yeah, yeah. They all are to get an apology. A sensational apology. We have Colombo, Ali, and Okafor coming back. Yeah, I saw that. Colombo could be coming back. I read that. Ali has had a really good season in Fiorentina. I think Fiorentina is a good project for him. If I was him, I'd probably stay there. I think he'd have a better career there. If he comes to Milan, he'll probably be benched a lot. Probably won't see the pitch much. Um, even though he probably should. I don't know if he should play or not, but he's definitely having a good spell at Fiorentina. If I was Ali, I wouldn't come back to Milan. I would stay there. Okafor is a useless player. I have no clue how Okafor is worth 26 million or 27 million, whatever he's worth. I mean, makes no sense to me. Canada's taking a lot of L's with the Milan contact creating units. Every Canadian unit, so they go. Yeah, the 31st state, guys. The 51st state. 51st state. What's going on? What's going on? Sensational, guys. What a sensational, incredible, outstanding, amazing, out of this, well, maybe the best we have ever seen season. Milan is immaculate, immaculate. So, yeah, these are the things. these are the things. So we got the Napoli game coming up, and then yes, we have the Mickey Mouse Cup coming up. What the Mickey Mouse against Inter? I mean, listen, Inter is fighting in the Champions League, is fighting for the Scudetto and the Mickey Mouse Cup. Something has to give. Guys, there is a possibility Milan will be in the final of the Mickey Mouse Cup. There is a possibility Milan can be in the final of the Mickey Mouse Cup because if Inter, let's say Inter continues to be top of the Serie A and goes through Bayern and goes to the final of the Mickey Mouse Cup, bruh, like how far superior are these guys to us if they achieve all of that? Something has to give. I mean, if they can be all of that, I'll be like, damn, okay, you guys are even better than I thought. But realistically, to see Inter go through the Champions League group against Bayern, beat Atalanta because Atalanta is coming up, that's going to be a really difficult game. Oh no, did they did we just play Atalanta? I don't know. They have a tough game coming up, but they have a tough game and also get to the finals. Man, that's something else. Something's got to give. So guys, there is a possibility Abdi gets to celebrate his first Mickey Mouse Cup. Molto molto incredibile. If Milan doesn't finish top four, $1 million question. I hope they sell the club. Even if we beat Inter, if we don't get top four, what does it mean? Let's not all call the Coppa Italia Mickey Mouse Cup. The Super Cup is a Mickey Mouse. No, 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 no. Super Coppa is Donald Duck Cup. Get it right. The Super Coppa is the Donald Duck Cup, and the Coppa Italia is the Mickey Mouse Cup. It is a Mickey Mouse Cup. It is. But, for a club like Milan, it's like, guys, if Venezia wins the Mickey Mouse Cup, it's like winning a World Cup. So for now, Milan winning the Mickey Mouse Cup, it's like winning the World Cup, the Nobel Peace Prize, the Oscars, the Emmys, and the Olympics all together. You know, even the Mickey Mouse Cup has outgrown AC Milan at this point. Um, will Fulani be sacked? I don't think he can be sacked. I don't think he can be sacked. I think the ones that decide. Now, listen, Jerry did say that he hired him, but I think there's more to it than meets the eye. I think Fulani is there on behalf of Elliot. So I don't know. I don't think he can be sacked. Otherwise, I mean, wouldn't have he already been sacked? I mean, the issue is this, guys. The issue really comes down to this: that whether or not Milan has completely downgraded, has completely become an atrocious football club. Financially speaking, Milan is doing really well. Is doing really good. Financially speaking, Milan is kicking ass. Actually, let's be honest. Uh, it is the team with the most spectators. It is a team that is growing from a branding perspective really, really well. And every time they come up with those terrible jerseys, they sell out. So yeah, for Italy, this is good. This is good for what Milan is worth, and for Italy, it's good. So that's the issue. Like as far as that goes, they're doing well. And by the way, thank you, AJ. Maldini was the guy who got that sorted out. Maldini was the one that fixed the books. And now Fulani is just living off of inheritance. Let's be clear about that. It was Maldini that sorted out the books while turning Milan back into a great team, winning the Scudetto, Champions League team, and he is the one that turned the books around. Fulani is living off of inheritance, nothing else. We're just so screwed in Sergio Conceição nothing whatsoever. Pioli came second with these fools up ahead. Maybe Pioli wasn't so bad. Yeah, in my opinion, Pioli just his cycle was done, but Pioli is clearly way better than Fonseca or Conceição. Like, there's no doubt about it. I think if Pioli was Portuguese, and if he was a Portuguese coach and he was born in Portugal and he'd probably be the best Portuguese coach after Mourinho. He probably would have coached Benfica, Porto, Sporting Lisboa. Probably would have won tons of championships in Portugal. Probably would have done really well in the Champions League with Porto, Benfica. It's the way it is. Roy, if Cagney sold the club, who would you choose to manage Milan and take us back to the top? Gasperini, perhaps, or Italiano? Out of the two, I would choose Gasperini. I really like Gasperini. I also like Italiano. What Italiano is doing with Bologna is sensational. Now, guys, can we be honest? Can we say something? Attributes and words such as sensational, incredible, amazing, phenomenal, outstanding should be reserved to maybe an Italiano and what he's doing with Bologna this season. I think what he's doing with Bologna this season is quite sensational. It's incredible. If a 31st, if a 51st state was a little bit more honest with themselves, they'd probably be saying Bologna, what they're doing is sensational. What they're doing is incredible. What we're doing is absolute garbage. Words like sensational, incredible, amazing should not be anywhere close to Milan right now, guys. We are the second most decorated team in the world. At a certain point, we wanted to be the first. We were right there. We're right there. Real Madrid wasn't even that far away from us. Like, we're in ninth place, and you're putting up thumbnails with the word sensational on it. Nah, you lost me with that. You lost me with that. You lost me there. The only reason for winning the cup, it's a trophy too. You get to play the Super Cup. Mina will be eligible to play in the Teams World Cup. Okay, that could be interesting, but well, international recognition. Yeah, if Milan plays the World Cup, yeah, that should be good. That definitely, there are financial gains there for sure. Yeah, I mean, again, like, guys, it is possible because I'm looking at Inter. Inter right now is on a monumental task of trying to win the Serie A, and they believe they can go through Bayern. Guys, I was reading an article today. Bayern is half the team is injured. A lot of the key players are injured. Inter has a good chance to go through if they don't screw it up. Of course, Inter has to get the job done. But then on top of that, also get to the finals of the Mickey Mouse Cup. That's a big ask. That's a big ask. Yeah, so guys, listen, there is a possibility we might see Milan in the final of the Mickey Mouse Cup. There is a possibility. Oh boy, guys, and be ready for the Glazers. The Glazers will be coming in full force if that happens, guys. So be ready for that. Be ready for the tsunami of glaze that will come with that. Okay, for sure. Be ready. Be ready for that. All right. Let's see. What else do we have here? Yep. Well, guys, I have about 15 more minutes left before I have to go. So if you have any more topics, but those were my topics of the day. The news regarding Furlani and the coach. You know what? Coppa Italia will be a Mickey Mouse Cup if we get top four. For me, it's a Mickey Mouse Cup, no matter what. It's always been a Mickey Mouse Cup. It's a cup that barely gives you any money. I mean, the what Fadinho said here is interesting, but it's always been a Mickey Mouse Cup. I remember when we won it in 2004. Ambrosini was a captain of that team, and when we lifted up the cup, the guys didn't even jump. They're like, "Yay, yay! Okay, guys, all right, let's get. Okay, we got some Champions League games to go and win. We got some serious stuff to be doing." Like, it's not a cup that Milan has ever taken seriously because it's not that much of a prestigious cup. If it was such a prestigious cup, then clubs like Lazio would be huge, right? Because Lazio has tons of Coppa Italias or whatnot. It's a Mickey Mouse Cup. It's a Mickey Mouse Cup, guys. That's all it is. Anto is in Malaysia. Anto is in Malaysia right now. If we win the Coppa Italia and get top four, then we can say we salvaged the season somewhat. Um, well, if we, I'll tell you this: if we win the Coppa Italia and get top four, Jerry will celebrate like when I celebrated in 2007. For them, it's a big win. For me, it's like, yeah, I can't, I don't know, I can't do it. I can't believe the World Cup is in the USA. Well, it's Canada, Mexico, and USA. Bro, I'm curious to know what manager you would choose and give a long-term contract to in case you're so who could lead us in your opinion. All right. If okay, for me, if I had my way, I would put Maldini back as a DS right away. That's the first thing I would do. Then I would make him choose who he wants to work with as far as partner, like a Masada or whatever. But coach, for me, if I had the choice, it'd probably be Mancini. I would like to see Maldini and Mancini together. I think you have incredible, incredible knowledge and incredible personality, and also like a modern vision of football. For me, Maldini, Mascara, Mancini. That's who I would go for. Milan top four not happening to me. I should just focus on the Copa. Yeah, top four is very difficult because if you look at the standings, we have so we're ninth. So there's eighth place, there's seventh place, there's six, and there's five. So there is eight, seven, six, five. There's four teams in front of us, plus the other teams there. Uh, Juve, Atalanta. No, plus the four. There's five teams. We're competing against five teams, and we are the lowest team. Even though it's only 6 points, the other teams are closer. The other five teams that we're competing against are closer. So, and they have been running faster than us. It's very difficult. I think it's very difficult. Like we would have to be extraordinarily lucky to we would have to win key games, and then on a given Sunday, all the teams that need to lose will lose. But that's the issue. It's a numbers game. On any given Sunday, any of those teams we're competing against, at least one or two of them will win, and that's the minimum. Right now, most of them are usually winning, or but that's the issue. It's like because there's so many teams in front of us, the odds are not in our favor. On any given Sunday, any of those teams is gonna win. So yeah, the math is against us right now. But well, yeah, luck. It has to be a lucky Sunday, a Sunday where we win and everybody else crumbles, and then you need another one. You need You need 3 Sundays in which you are the only team that wins, and all the other 5 teams in front of you lose. Is that really going to happen, guys? Think about it. Is that going to happen where all 5 teams in front of you are going to lose the 3 Sundays in a row and you win? It's the odds are against us. The odds are completely against us. Hypothetical question for you: do you think Carlo could fix this mess on the Redbird, or is it a tall task even for the goat? Because uh, um, do you think Carlo could fix? I'll get to that too. Hypothetical question for you: do you think Carlo could fix this mess on the Redbird, or is it a tall task even for the goat? The thing about it is this: Carlo Ancelotti worked well with Milan because he had Berlusconi and Galliani in their prime, right? At a stage where Milan was still competitive in the world stage and Berlusconi was still very ambitious. Then we saw Ancelotti meander around Europe, where he had success in Germany, but he had success with Bayern, another club with a huge, a very strong backing management and strong ownership. Even though he didn't do well in Europe, but he did well in Germany. In England, he had in Everton, he didn't do too well, but I think he did well in Chelsea, right? In Real Madrid, he did super well, but Real Madrid has got an incredible ownership, incredible management, incredible backing. So, I mean, what is Carlo Ancelotti going to do with Fulani and Jerry? What is anybody going to do with Fulani and Jerry? That's the thing. Like, is there? Can you guys think of a team that has had major success with an ownership like Jerry Cardinale and the CEO like Fulani? Do we have any comparisons? Do we have any other teams that have achieved big success with this kind of ownership? I can't think of it, guys. I can't think of any. I don't think there is. I'm Canadian and I can say where I'm Canadian. I can say we have taken a lot of L's on Milan, but I can say I've always agreed with you, Roy, and the majority of the guys on this channel. I don't have an issue with Canadians, guys. It's just we're just trolling. There's one Canadian that loves to use big words that make no sense to me. That's the only thing we're talking about here. I mean, and let's save these words for when they actually apply. Let's put it that way. All right, guys. 5 more minutes, guys. A little bit more than 5 minutes. Let me know if there's anything else you guys want to tackle. Um, and by the way, the lives are going to come back more frequently. It's just like we're just waiting for this season to end. That's all it is. That's all it is. Just waiting for this season to end. Um, Let me ask you guys a question. Will we finish top four and win the Coppa Italia? What do you guys think? Is that a yes or is that a no? Guys, Antonio has become a man finally. Guido, if you're listening, read this comment. Guido, if you're listening, read this comment. I'll leave it up for a little bit longer. Guido, if you're listening, read this comment. This comment will make you a proud man. Who is your favorite Milan player this season? Mm, nobody. I don't think anybody comes to mind. I can't think of anybody who had a. I mean, they're saying Jessica had a really good season, but I don't know. I mean, he's had good numbers, but for what purpose? For what? Jessica had a good season. I don't know. Will more of the youth team players leave for bigger goals? I don't know. I think Kamada is probably going to be sent out on loan. By the way, guys, oh my God, Kamada and Liberali so unlucky. They were in the U19 youth team. They played together, and Kamada was disqualified for one of the games against Latvia, and they tied that game. And Italy beat France, a really good France. They tied against Spain. Liberali had a great 3 games. Liberali was incredible. As Liberali has no business being in Milan Futuro. Liberali should be playing. Liberali should be a starter at Milan, by the way. He was incredible, man. What he was doing against France was awesome. Like he looks like he's almost like a hybrid, a Modric meets Neymar. He's like a Modric kind of midfielder that has kind of Neymar-ish moves. But Kamada was disqualified from the Latvia game, and we tied that game. So Italy U19 is not qualified for the Euros, which is sad. Um, the U18, I believe, qualified for the U17 qualified for the Euros and the World Cup, and I believe that Kamada is and Liberali are going to be in the U20 World Cup coming up. That team has qualified for the World Cup, and the U20 World Cup is usually a big deal. A lot of big stars come out of that World Cup, so we will be seeing them in that World Cup. That's going to be fun to watch. Italy, oh my God, Italy had one of the worst halves I've ever seen ever in football against Germany. Thank God they were able to bring that game back, but Italy should have probably. I mean, Germany was good. Maybe Germany deserved to go through. Italy definitely had the chances to go through into the next phase of the Nations League. At the San Siro, Italy should have probably won. They had some really good chances in front of goal that they should have scored. I can think of two where they're literally in front of goal. Keane missed the goal, Spadori missed the goal. In Germany, the first half, absolute disaster. Italy, completely disastrous. Then second half, they came back. Maybe there was a penalty they were supposed to get, they didn't get. But Italy had a pretty bad showing this international round. But it's okay, no problem. Nations, we're out of a Nations League. Don't need to think about that now. Into the World Cup qualifiers. The group is easy, so there's no excuses. There's no excuses. I can't believe zero. Yeah, right. Isn't it crazy? Disgusting. Maldini managed to get Diaz from Madrid for nothing. We could have purchased him for less than 20 million. Meanwhile, these guys got fancy points back. Bruh, it's insane. No, they both played in the U19 together. Camargo and Liberali. They're both in the U19s. They're both playing above their age. Um, but they will be in the they will still be in the U19 team that that is essentially the U20 team. Oh yeah, 100%. 100%. Yeah, I would be interested in seeing Felix maybe start a season from the beginning. It would be interesting. But yeah, are we helping Madrid with their youth? Yeah, we are. We are Madrid's garage where they park their youth. Giroud definitely had, yeah, I mean, history says so. By the way, Giroud has had some really uh, touching words regarding his career. He said he had 9 beautiful years in England, but um, his best years were in Serie A with Milan. He said that those were his most special years. It's great, awesome. Love that. Loved reading that. Giroud has Milan in his heart, and we won. Maybe, listen, I have seen Milan. Okay, when Milan won the Scudetto in the early '90s, I mean, I barely remember those, but I do remember the '96 Scudetto. I remember the '99 Scudetto. I remember the 2004 Scudetto. I remember the 2011 Scudetto. The Van Basten Scudettis, I remember them, but I was really young. I was really young then. And even those Champions League games, I remember them, but I was young. The 2019 Scudetto is the best Scudetto that I think Milan has ever won, in my opinion. Now, I can't say in the history, I haven't seen every Scudetto, but the 2019 Scudetto is maybe the best one. It was such an incredible journey, and Giroud was a central figure in that journey. So I'll end the lot. Figueroa leaving this summer. He's there's some volatility. Yeah, another guy that completely lost his way. Yeah, 2022 under. Sorry, not 2019. You're right. I was thinking about 19 Scudettis. Yeah, he's the I word. That's right. Ooh, don't slow weak, no vision, really doesn't know for anything about marriage. Absolutely. Damn. Damn. All right, guys. Listen, I gotta go. Everybody, we'll see you. We'll do another live soon. And peace out, guys. So let's see what's gonna happen with Lani. Let's see what's gonna happen with Mila. Guys, have a great day wherever you are. Great night, great evening. Till the next one. Peace.